Hey guys, let us get more news about Dallas, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Proposed splash trade sends Cowboys new $8 million starting running back. The Dallas Cowboys are still in the market for a new starting running back, and the options are dwindling in NFL free agency. Dallas may need to turn to the trade market to add reinforcements at the position. Bleacher Report's Alex Ballentine provided several potential trade options for the Cowboys to make a splash ahead of the 2024 NFL Draft. One name to watch is Denver Broncos running back Javonte Williams. The trade proposal has Dallas sending their third-round pick, number 87 overall, in the upcoming draft to Denver in exchange for Williams. Depending on how the NFL Draft plays out, the move would make Williams the favorite to be the Cowboys' starting running back in Week 1. The trade market should be explored as well. Javonte Williams' name hasn't really come up through the rumor mill, but he's a logical target, Ballentine wrote in a March 27, 2024 story titled, Cowboys' Top Hypothetical Trades to Make Splash in 2024 NFL Draft. For one, he only has 1 year left on his contract and has a reasonable $1.9 million salary. Injuries have impacted Williams' early NFL career, but the talent is there for him to have a big season if he's healthy. What is the argument for the Cowboys giving up a mid-round draft pick for Williams? Dallas would be banking on Williams' upside after the start of his career has been derailed by injuries. Williams had 1,219 total yards while splitting the backfield in his rookie season back in 2021, Ballentine added. However, he tore his ACL and LCL 4 games into his second season. He returned in 2023, but saw a sharp decline in his performance. Here, the Cowboys would have the opportunity to buy low on the running back and potentially reap the benefits of a breakout season 2 years removed from the injury. Weeks into NFL free agency, the lone move Dallas has made at running back is re-signing Rico Dowdle. This despite the market being one of the deepest running back groups in recent years. It is also puzzling considering the Cowboys lost former starter Tony Pollard to the Tennessee Titans. The Cowboys could still turn to the NFL Draft in order to find the team's next RB1. Williams played in 16 games for the Broncos in 2023, including 13 starts. The veteran posted 217 carries for 774 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns in 2023. Williams added a career-high 47 catches for 228 yards and 2 TDs through the air. The playmaker would be a limited financial commitment for Dallas as Williams heads into the final season of a 4-year, $8.8 million contract. Williams has a $2.8 million cap hit for 2024, much less than the $10 million Pollard carried last season. A third-round pick still seems a little rich for Williams given the Cowboys may be able to find a potential starter with this selection. The rookie option would have less punishment, most likely a more favorable injury history, and would not require Dallas to give up a draft pick via trade. McCarthy speaks on coaching on final year of deal. Speaking at the annual league meeting in Orlando on Tuesday morning, Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy touched on the expiring contracts of most of the big names on his coaching staff, including defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer, and his own, which is set to expire at the end of the 2024 season. Some could anticipate added pressure on a season for McCarthy, who has been the head coach in Dallas since 2020 and has amassed a 42-25 record in the regular season, but just a 1-3 record in the postseason. But McCarthy is comfortable with the future and is focused purely on 2024. We're all given an excellent opportunity to coach the 2024 Dallas Cowboys, McCarthy said. Nobody is more engaged in that than we are. The financial component, everyone is different in that realm regardless of where you are on your contract. I don't see it as more pressure. Despite there being a potential season outcome where McCarthy is not renewed by the end of his contract, he has managed to remain grounded on the mission ahead in 2024 solely, understanding that there still is a good opportunity ahead. I think you can't lose sight of the big picture, he said. I know this has always been my approach. Make no bones about it, I am extremely blessed to be here. I'm very much engaged where my feet are and the opportunities I've had personally, I'm very blessed. I never lose sight of that. That's always been my big picture approach. Now, when I look at the younger coaches, yeah, I worry more about them more than I do myself because I know where I am in my career. But the reality of it is if you don't take the same approach every year, you're really looking at it the wrong way. The approach is something he has carried before in his career, as he played through a one-year extension with Green Bay in 2018 and was ultimately not brought back, and he plans on putting those specifics aside to prepare accordingly this offseason. I think it's just the reality of our industry, he said. That's what it is, your financial structure should not deter from your approach to the season. Like anything, whether it's a player or a coach, you go through a business transaction, an opportunity to negotiate, which our guys do. Even despite an offseason that is forcing Dallas to do more on the field with less veterans and experience, McCarthy isn't looking for pity. Don't feel bad for me, he said. I'm in a great spot, it's not an issue at all. You have to have the same approach every year and that's the way I've gone about it. First call, Steelers projected as landing spot for Dak Prescott in 2025, UFA wide receiver target off the board. Wednesday's first call positions the Pittsburgh Steelers as a potential destination for Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott in 2025. Meanwhile, the franchise lost out on a possible acquisition in free agency, but is doing some homework on a Pitt defensive back. And the Penguins have a really good chance of pulling off back-to-back wins, while the Duquesne's women's team travels to play Purdue in the next round of the WNIT. If you are unsure about the Steelers' quarterback situation heading into 2024, consider how uncertain the landscape is for 2025. Neither Russell Wilson nor Justin Fields are currently locked in Pittsburgh beyond this season. That's why national radio host and NFL Network personality Rich Eisen is tabbing the Steelers as a potential landing spot for Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott in 2025. What happens if the guy they went ahead and gave pole position, Wilson, doesn't work out? What if they get a look at Justin Fields and say he's not the guy, Eisen said on his radio show Wednesday. Maybe the Steelers are all in. Right now, their offense costs nothing. I don't even think it's $15 million. They'll have the money to give Dak a multiple of that. I think the Steelers might be in on Dak and let him finish his career in Pittsburgh. Via CBSSports.com, Prescott is owed more than $55 million in 2024 as part of a 4-year, $160 million extension he signed in 2021. His deal also includes no franchise tag and no trade clauses. That means if another team ahead of the trade deadline this fall doesn't have enough assets, and likely money for an extension, the 9th-year veteran will hit free agency after the 2024 campaign. Prescott led the NFL with 36 touchdowns, against 9 interceptions. He threw for 4,516 yards and completed 69.5% of his passes. CBS Sports HQ senior NFL insider Josina Anderson reports that Dallas wants to reach a new deal with Prescott, but no talks are imminent. The Steelers apparently have an interest in Pitt cornerback MJ Devonshire. According to SteelersNow.com, the Steelers will host the Aliquippa grad on a pre-draft visit. Playing in Pat Narduzzi's press man, one-on-one coverage should open the eyes of NFL scouts. Devonshire intercepted 8 passes, including 3 pick sixes in 3 seasons at Pitt. Devonshire may help on special teams too. He averaged 7.4 yards per punt return in his college career, with 1 touchdown. And you, fan, what do you think about the situation of Dak Prescott? Leave your opinion in the comments.